Hey everyone, and welcome back to Merge Elves. We are here for a couple of reasons today. One of them is I want to take a look at the upcoming Skylark Gobi Event teaser and talk about some strategies from it. And I also want to talk about one of the amazing trophy items that we got the last time we saw this event, which is the lithops. So, the Skylark Gobi Event coming soon. You need 8 elf power and an internet connection. It starts in 2 days and 3 hours, which for me is going to be at midnight again, I think. Either 11 o'clock or midnight. I would have to actually look at a clock to know for sure. So, that is coming up. This is a very exciting event for me to see again because the Skylark Gobi event that we had a few weeks ago was actually the first time I ever completed a Merge Elves event all the way through. So it's really cool thinking that I get to see this event again. I really like this, the desert vibe, the oasis items were really neat, and the point items were cool. There were a bunch of little desert animals like you see here on the screen with the rabbit and the little desert mouse. So yeah, this is an awesome event and I'm really excited to play it again. I'm actually thinking of I want to do something special with it, and I have 2 ideas in mind. One idea is to do it as a speed run. I've talked about doing a speed run for a little while and wanting to, and I feel like with this event it would be a good choice because I've played this event technically 2.5 times now because when I played it before there was a glitch in the game which reset my game and I was halfway through finishing, so I had to replay a big chunk of it. So I feel fairly familiar with it, with the cloud keys, with the best order to try to unlock the cloud keys. There are a lot of things that I feel good about with this event. But at the same time, this is an amazing resource harvesting event. There is a lot to harvest. It is a big map that takes a lot to heal, and some of the things that we get to harvest in this are yellow lithops, which are going to give us golden leaves. So I don't really want to rush through that. I want to take my time with it and get as many leaves as I can. So instead of doing it as a speed run, the other thing that occurred to me was to do it using the Prism flower method, which I've talked about it a few times in a few different videos, so if you've already heard about this, feel free to fast forward a few seconds. But with the Prism flower method, what you do is in the event shop, once you go into the event menu, there are a few select items that you can buy using your golden leaves. And one of those is one of these elf flowers. I believe it's the beautiful elf flower, the level 5. It might be the level 6. I don't remember for sure off the top of my head, but I think it's the level 5. And what you do is you buy that for 18 golden leaves. So it's a little bit of an investment to begin with. But once you have that, you can have your elves. First you tap all the healing out of it. Then you have your elves harvest from it. There we go. And you can have 2 elves harvesting it at once. And that leaf that little fawn elf just got is what you are trying to get when you are doing this. And the reason you want those leaves is because those leaves make elf trees. So you harvest that flower until you get enough leaves to make the level 4 of the elf trees. I say level 4. Let me check and make sure I'm right. Yes, it is the level 4 because you can't harvest anything from the level 3. But the level 4, you have your elves harvest. Oops, sorry about that. Didn't mean to tap there. And your goal from that are these brown mushrooms. I know, it sounds incredibly convoluted. Once you get these brown mushrooms, you can merge them up to get the elf mushroom house, and then the next highest level is this gorgeous elf mushroom house. And hey, why not? Since we're here and since we're talking about it, let's see this through. So you get the gorgeous gorgeous elf mushroom house, and you tap on those. And they are going to give you berry seedlings, which can be merged up for berry trees. In the event, you're probably not going to tap these to get the berries out of them. The berries aren't going to do much for you. Your goal in doing this is actually to build the berry tree wonder. So that takes about 26 of these gorgeous elf mushroom houses. So you're going to be merging and tapping and keep your elves harvesting the elf trees to keep getting the mushrooms. And then you're going to keep building these guys until you have 26 of them, and they disappear, so you won't have 26 left on the map, but you'll go through about 26 of them. And that is going to give you these wonders right here, which are the berry tree wonders. And actually, I haven't tapped on them. Okay, no, they haven't recharged yet. So what these wonders are going to do is give you a bunch of mystery elf eggs and mystery elf egg nests. Once you have those eggs and those nests, you tap the nest and then you merge up the eggs to see how many extra elves you get. You then have those extra elves to help you in the event with all of your harvesting. So why is it called the Prism flower method? It's called the Prism flower method because it originated in Merged Dragons, where instead of needing that elf flower, you actually end up buying something called a prism flower that does basically the same job. You harvest it for leaves in order to get the trees, which get you wood, which get you bushes, which eventually will give you a bush wonder. So how long does all that take? And is it worth the time it takes? Yes, in Merged Dragons it definitely is. I can say that without hesitation. In Merge Elves, I am not positive. I haven't tested it, and I really want to. But the difficulty of testing it is trying to find a level on the world map where I can get that elf flower and have 2 elves, because that's what you're going to have in the event. You get 1 elf flower and 2 elves. Technically, you could buy 2 elf flowers if you wanted to, but then you're spending 36 gems, which is quite a bit. So I wouldn't do that, especially where you can have two elves harvesting the same elf flower at one time. There's really no reason to have two. So yeah, that's the reason I haven't tested it yet. I haven't found a level with the right setup to let me test it. Given that we've got the Skylark Gobi event coming up, it is a really big map that is going to need a lot of harvesting and a lot of healing. Having those extra elves would be helpful. So I think I'm going to use the Prism flower method on this upcoming event. And it's going to be a completely dry run, me finding out how well it works in Merge Elves. The typical time that it takes in Merge Dragons to build your wonder and get your extra eggs is between 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on luck. Like, as you're having your elves harvest things, sometimes you're more lucky and get more leaves. Other times you're not as lucky and you get a bunch of orbs, which you can keep and merge up and still use them, but they don't help you get any closer to building that wonder. That's right. I keep forgetting that you can harvest these berries. Oops. But anyway, sorry, I got distracted by the little yellow slime. So yeah, that's what I was saying. In Merge Dragons, it takes, around an hour on average. So anywhere 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on your luck. But it saves you many hours. Now, instead of working with 2 elves, you are working with, 5 to 9 elves. As soon as you get 4 elves, you've cut your time in half because you have twice as many elves that are working for you. So anything above that just cuts it even more, which is really awesome. And I feel like that will be helpful in the Skylark Gobi event. It's not like, if I wasn't trying to do something special for this revisit of Skylark Gobi, I probably wouldn't do this, because you do end up with 4 elves on this map, which is a fair amount. And normally I would consider that 4 elves is plenty, or 4 elves are plenty. But like I said, I do want to do something special. The Skylark Gobi event holds a special place in my heart since it was my first one, and I do want to do something special, and I think that's what it's going to be. I will finally actually show you guys this Prism flower method that I keep talking about. And who knows, I might decide that I'm going to use it from now on. I do in Merge Dragons pretty much every event. So that is conversation about my plans for the event. I have updated my website with the Skylark Gobi information. I went back through my playthrough videos and I got the quest and the cloud keys. The cloud keys are listed. I'll have to wait until the event starts to get some of the pictures. Oops, there we go. But you are definitely welcome to take a look at that. Maybe, watch the last playthrough if you want to get some tips or tricks with it. Of course, I will be recording my playthrough this time and posting that. So yeah, quite excited. Which brings me over to one of my favorite trophy items ever from all of the merge games I play, and that's a lot, or all the merge games I have ever played. And that is this right here, the colorful lithops. So it says can produce small lithops 3 times in 1 day. So I've already used all of the lithop charges for today, and what you do when you tap on it, that little symbol that shows you could watch an ad to do something or get something pops up. So you click on that, you watch the ad, and when the ad is over, you have a bunch of small lithops scattered on your map, and you can do that 3 times. It doesn't take time to recharge in between each individual one, so you can do that 3 times, one right after the other, and then you have to wait till the next day to do it 3 more times. So I didn't want the elves to harvest away the lithops before I had a chance to show you guys this, so I actually bubbled up those lithops, and I'm going to unbubble them now. In the event, of course they go flying everywhere instead of, straight ahead where I want them. In the event, when you harvest these lithops, you get stone items. Not stone the resource, but like rocks that you can harvest stone from. So you need that because actually 3 of your cloud keys in this event are from the stone chain. You need the level 4, the level 6, the level 7, oh, I said 3, actually 4 of them, and the level 10 as cloud keys in this event. So these are all going to be very important. So harvesting those lithops for that is important. Also, when you have lithops that are the same color, you can merge them. When you do that in the event, it gives you these level 2 and sometimes a level 3 flower. So that's the fast way that you're going to get your higher level flowers in the event. There we go. Just gonna do a quick merge here because I don't want that grass to rot. Okay. In your camp, using this lithop trophy, you don't want to merge these. Well, you might want to merge them. It's incredibly boring. It either gives you flowers or stone, which you can get other ways. Here's why I love these. If you harvest these lithops, they're going to give you seeds for the different plants in your camp. This is an easy way to get seeds for the golden trees. You can see some elf flower seeds right there. We got some fruit tree seeds going up there. There we go. If you are early in the game and you haven't found these yet, this was how I found the blood plant seeds. So these are all dragon blood trees, and that's how I've been able to build those up. Let's see, those are all the elf flower seeds, some more fruit tree seeds. There are a couple of other interesting things that you can get. And I'm curious if I'm going to get one from this batch. So in this, sometimes it will give you a golden lithop. And just like in the event, the golden lithops, when you harvest them, you have a chance to get golden leaves. So that makes them valuable in that way. Let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna find the last type of seed that I was hoping to show you guys. But even if I don't find one, I can still show you. Oh, those green seeds are elf tree seeds. So they're going to bring those over to turn into sprouts. That guy right there. Yeah, that's... Oh, I do still have a couple more lithops that didn't disappear yet. Let's see, crossing my fingers, hoping. Got another dragon blood and another dragon blood, which are definitely some of the more rare seeds to get. Alright, but I didn't get any of the other kind that I wanted to show you. So, I'm going to come right up here, and there are these trees, the little sakura trees, which I think are absolutely adorable. You have these sakura sprouts, and they have the sakura leaves underneath them, the cherry blossom. Not seeds, petals. There you go. But yeah, so the seeds look like the seed of sakura tree. A little brown seed with some cherry blossom petals around it. And it goes up to level 7, and then there's a wonder. These seeds are incredibly rare so far. I haven't found any other way of getting them, and I was completely surprised when it showed up. I was like, what is that? And then it turned into the sakura tree sprout, and then I've gotten enough of them to merge up a couple of seedlings. So I'm very excited about these, and I can't wait to see what these turn into. I think the little ones are incredibly cute, and I bet they're going to be beautiful trees. So yeah, that is quick cleanup merge. That's the lithop, and I'm excited to get a second one in this event, because that will just make it so I can get those dragon blood and sakura seeds even faster. Alright. I think I went over everything I wanted to in this particular video. This is just a quick one to introduce the event that we've got coming and show you the lithops, and hopefully get you excited for earning a lithop, possibly even an extra one if you're planning on doubling your rewards this weekend. And I will see all of you with another video before too long. Have a wonderful evening and happy merging!